a.k.a. This morning we're going to be talking about the old saying, control the media, control the masses. Do you remember this saying? I've heard this since I was a child because we knew back then there was a shift. There was something happening through television, through radio, through any means of mass communication. Because once again, control the media, control the masses. I'm going to tell you a story. George H. Wells, he created a book called War of the Worlds. This is one of the first instances when controlling the media controls the masses. He aired this in the, I could be wrong here, but I want to say it was either late 40s, early 50s. And people really believed this for a moment. They were so good at what they did. This was in studio radio when they had a larger production because they were using actual things like a giant piece of metal they could rattle to make it sound like thunder. Okay, so they put on such a good performance that there were people really tricked into believing that there was aliens, War of the World was happening, and all this stuff. Now, the FCC since then has put things into play to try to combat people from causing mass hysteria. But in doing so, they passed rules, laws, and regulations that hinder us as people to truly have a control on what is allowed. Now, there's also the advent of Google now. And Google is not its own thing. It is controlled by man. Man controls Google. Man programs it. Do not think that AI is operating on its own, because it's not. Man is behind it. They have redone definitions. They have reshaped things to suit their narrative. Now, if you watch any TV, if you watch your phone like it's a TV, whatever it may be, you will see all of the pull the wool over the eyes, all of the hysteria over small things, or people getting all bent out of shape and out of control over someone else's actions that don't even involve them, have anything to do with them. It's quite interesting to watch, because now that I have been enlightened, now that I'm able to literally step back and watch society, operate. First off, number one thing that we need to do in America is build mental facilities. This is a must. Listen, it's getting tore apart from the inside out still. They stopped mass migration and all the people that were trying to flood into America, but that never is going to fix the mental health issue, because now we also took on mental health patients from other countries now too. So we don't just have a mix of our own mental health and ideologies behind that, because remember, if a person is thinking a certain way, acting a certain way, that's usually their core beliefs or their ideology. Now, here in Hawaii, where I am at currently, they have one of the largest mental health issues I've ever seen in my life. I know that there's worse places than this. San Francisco, Chicago. I can go down the gambit of democratically ran shitholes. 60 years of democratic rule, sanctuary cities, people having churches in their cities with pride flags on them. Just this complete and blatant, in your face type of rearranging social structures. I try to dummy this down sometimes because I want to go in deep, real deep. But in order to do that, it would take a lot more prep on the other end for you to understand exactly what I'm saying here. It's, in a nutshell, yes, we have a mental health issue in America that has been brought on through TV, radio, so on and so forth. When you take characters like Scarface from the movie Scarface and you glorify him, when you glorify a drug dealer, When you glorify the negative things of life that will send you to prison or in the grave, you have rappers that have blatantly, oh yeah, we got action going on outside. I don't know exactly where the action's at. Not that I even want to go out there. I'm done with the crazies. We know most of them in this area. Oh boy. Man, she was going to fuck off. She was a little bitty thing too. You could tell back in the day she was the shit. She was that shit back in the day, and now she's deteriorated to this, and she's probably pretty pissed off that, hey, I was the shit at one time, and now I'm out here in the shit. Maybe even smelling like it. Fucking, it's a shame, dude. It's a shame that people are going to let themselves denigrate down to that point, to the point where you're unable to cognitively take care of yourself. That's when society is supposed to step in and say, look, this person is unable to take care of themselves anymore, and they're a detriment to society. Then you put them in a place to get treatment. I'm really seeing how inhumane it truly is to leave crazy people to their own devices. Truly, truly inhumane. But when you're dealing with pharmaceutical companies that control this, they control the phones, they control the TVs, they control everything, right? Between the Food Administration and the Drug Administration, they're in bed with each other. Food industry says, hey, we got some unhealthy food. Can you make some medications to counter-react that? Yeah, we can. Keep feeding them that unhealthy food and they'll keep buying this medicine. We need to get back to growing our own stuff in our own homes. There's a lot of things that we need to do, but first and foremost is waking up everyone. CNN, MSNBC, even BBC. I can just go on and on, network after network after network. What do? They have talking heads and they spin their point of view. They spin their narrative. They tell you, this is what's going on. Anytime you have a news outlet calling the President of the United States Hitler, on record, one of the worst people to ever walk the earth, and you're saying that about our sitting president, when they sit on there and they call him a racist, and they sit on there and they make up lie after lie after lie. People are people. People don't like other people for whatever reason. Someone may not remember what you say to them, but they will always remember how you made them feel. So if someone else is giving you their perspective and how a person made them feel, subconsciously they can make you feel that way without even knowing it. If you have a personal connection with someone, if you're close to someone and they're like, you know, this such and such guy is doing this, this, and this, and you don't even know the guy, and I can't stand the guy, and this is why, and you just build up this. It's almost like an attorney. Okay, you're the judge and you're sitting here and you don't know anything about what's going on. Well, you have this guy that you know. You eat with this guy, you know this guy, you work with this guy, and he comes up and he's like, hey, the guy over there, he likes to do this, this, and this, and he's this, and I believe he might even be this too. Now the judge is like, well, what proof do you have? Here's where that media, control the masses comes in. Well, because they have snippets. You can have me on here saying something really off the hook, but making a point, and they could just take that one little piece, that one little clip of me saying something crazy, right, to lead into the context. Just take it out of context is what's called. And they could take that and use it against me. Like, listen, they did it in court. I've had this happen to me, literally. So, remember what I said, control the media, control the masses. We need mental facilities in America. Legal drug dealers called psychiatrists. Psychiatrists, pardon me. There's no diagnosis for being heterosexual. There's no diagnosis for being coherent and cognitively fit. That's because there's no diagnosis needed, because there's nothing wrong with you. But as soon as they have to put a diagnosis on it, then that means there's something wrong. So gender dysphoria is a dysphoria. Whenever somebody believes there's something they're not, that's a mental health issue. As an adult, you could do whatever you want as long as you don't hurt others or yourself or become a detriment to society as a whole. That line is so gray now. It's hard to determine. I've met people that I know are crazy, but are not to the point where they need to be put into a mental facility. The lady I talked to yesterday, she's coherent, she's fine, but on the other end, she's crazy. She has some crazy beliefs and views, but that's the beautiful thing about this. You're allowed to believe anything you want. It's just once you blur the line of reality and fiction, that's when you need to be pointed in the right direction that, hey, there is no Santa Claus. There isn't. There may have been a man named Saint Nick, Santa Claus, yeah, but there's no Santa Claus. So don't keep thinking he's going to pop down that chimney on you. That's what I'm saying. When Big Jimbo comes into that doctor's office and he's dressed in a tutu and got a wig on and bright red lipstick with a full beard, someone needs to tell Big Jimbo, hey, Big Jimbo, wipe that shit off your face and go put some pants on. Or at least try. I have no qualm, beef, or I don't care what anybody's sexual preference is. It really doesn't bother me at all. Really doesn't. But that's all that is. That's all that is. So if you want to go lay with the same, so be it. But do you think it's right to push that ideology or the way you're conducting yourself, that you can't reproduce, you can't do anything other than just satisfy some sexual gratification, some sexual need that you need, that you want? We know love isn't real. Love is not a real feeling or emotion. It's something that's built up within your body, a longing, a craving, a want for something. When you get complacent, you desire something long enough, you'll build it up in your mind. Real feelings are hunger, thirst, pain, cold, hot. Those are real feelings. There's emotions, because our chemicals make emotions in our brain through endorphins and serotonin and different chemicals that mix around in there to make you feel the way you feel. Once you're aware of these things, you can change things. Alright, well, this is where we get off here. We got EMS on the way. He can't breathe. So, I'm going to go check on him anyways. I like this dude. He's got some issues, but he's still a good guy, I can tell. You could look at people. You could literally, if a person will look you directly in your eyes and talk to you, the eyes are the window to the soul. Not that I'm all spiritual, but when it comes down to it, people can be tricked into believing someone is something they're not. If you look hard enough, you'll see the truth. And even within crazy, incoherent babbling, there's a shred of truth in there somewhere. Remember that too. I'm your wayward traveler, Don P. If you have yet to subscribe, please subscribe, like, and share. Shows the algorithm that we're doing something here, because each one, reach one, teach one. All is one and one is all. And when one shines bright, we all shine bright. So let's all shine together. It's our time to change America for the good. Help each other out. And once again, we need to build mental facilities. Like I said yesterday, one.